And here on Lost Temple, we have Naama spawning in the north position as the blue Terran. In the left, we have oGsTOP as the red Terran. In these spots, yeah, it's
I was going to say, these locations are very important, actually. Obviously, the distances between both the naturals are so close, so you can have a lot of early pressure from infantry, but as you were looking at before, the cliffs, it's so accessible for both players to just drop here and abuse the natural of each other.
Yeah, tanks are a very, very common staple unit on this map for those cliffs, but most importantly for this Xel'Naga watchtower. If you can get tanks sieged up here, you defend the gold, you defend all the other expos around the map. So it's very key, especially with these positions, because these players share a Xel'Naga watchtower.
And you can actually hold a contain quite well from that position as well, not allowing your opponent to move out. And especially if you just send an SCV to the right-hand side, for example, if we look at for Naama's base, if he was in a containment, the only really position he can go to is around the 2 o'clock position. And if oGsTOP has that, an SCV there, a turret there, supply depot, he can really keep a close eye on what Naama's trying to do.
Yeah, looks like no gas yet from either player. Looks like there's the gas going down for oGsTOP. Naama going to throw his down just a little bit later. This is going to be, again, a little bit of an uphill battle. Naama, though, really does rely a lot more on tanks. That is his comfort zone. So I think he's going to be quite happy when he sees these close positions.
Oh no, oGsTOP scouting in the wrong direction, unfortunately. And Naama will be going in the correct way. So unfortunately for oGsTOP, he will scout quite late, though. It depends. If he does go into this base and see nothing there and then realizes the scout from his opponent was quite fast, he may actually just send the SCV straight up, expecting his opponent to be at the north position.
Looks like both of them are getting orbital commands. No, Naama getting that 16th SCV. Very unusual. Most players only get 15 and then get their orbital command. No second gas yet from either player.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. They might actually go for a factory first. Both players going for the refinery before the factory last game. The refinery going down for Naama before the factory. When we look at oGsTOP's base, it looks like he is waiting. No, he is going to be putting the factory down right next to the barracks. A little bit of difference between both players.
There it is. There's the factory going down right now. So Naama likely going to be going for something a little bit more gas heavy, like Banshees with Cloak, or alternatively the Raven. Does look like factory now getting thrown down for Naama, and I would not be surprised to see oGsTOP do something a little bit more tank Viking-like.
And is this SCV going to get in there? No, it will not. Denied by Naama. A couple of Marines are coming out, though. As you were mentioning before, oh no, he's actually going to lose this Marine. One more hit, yes. It goes down. If he keeps this SCV alive also, he can control this Xel'Naga tower. And as like I was trying to say before we started this, you said it was extremely important to hold this position, and it is in oGsTOP's hands.
Weirdly enough, Naama's front is actually quite vulnerable, and if oGsTOP senses this, he can actually pop up with just a few Marines for a huge push. We don't see any add-on coming out yet. No, that's because he is making a Hellion, and oGsTOP is hiding a starport at the right side of the map.
Oh, this is really interesting. Naama has a starport in his main, obviously going to try to switch it up once again, but the position for the starport for oGsTOP on the right-hand side of the map is going to allow him, if he decides to go for a Banshee and gets a tech lab on this, it is so close for him just to drift over this little island and directly into the mineral line of Mouse Nana.
And it does look like Naama is throwing down his bunker. He knows that there's a threat of this sort of Marine Hellion business. oGsTOP probably not anticipating to see a bunker up there. There's the rearrangement on all the add-ons. There's the reactor barracks for more Marines, and of course the starport for that tech lab. And it looks like Banshees will be coming up for oGsTOP shortly.
This is quite interesting. If we look at Mouse Nama's production tower, he's getting an armory out, which is obviously going to be for the Thor. And this is a very hard counter to any form of harassment by Banshees, but Cloak is being researched by oGsTOP.
Uh-oh, now we did see Naama get an early engineering bay last game, might do it again. It looks like the Hellions did try to make a poke up to the high ground, and Naama being very smart unloading these Marines, so that way he can do a little bit of a wall-off action. And there, the Hellions try to pop up. Look at that great positioning by Naama. Meanwhile, back in oGsTOP's base, he has actually just gotten the tech lab add-on himself. The armory is almost done. That Thor could be a game ender.
An engineering bay is being made in oGsTOP's base, so the Banshee won't be able to do too much damage, but we really do need to see Naama put down an engineering bay because of the cloak. Even though the Thor is so good at taking down Banshees, this cloak is going to be extremely useful for him, and the Banshee is actually going to be waypointed into the base, and it will get in there before the Thor is even out.
Uh-oh, it looks like Naama just taking very nice free advantage, getting some extra free Hellions. There's the Banshee darting into the back of the main. There are enough Marines, though, to be able to repel this for the time being. Are there any engineering bays at all? No, it even looks like Naama is saving up energy on that orbital command. It looks like oGsTOP is trying to do some micromanagement. The Thor is almost done. It is being rallied back. He's actually repairing each fired SCV. Look at that repair micro by Naama, doing a great job keeping all those SCVs alive, and the Thor gets out. oGsTOP has been repelled for now. Is there another Thor coming up? No, in fact, it's Naama who sneaks back behind these 2 missile turrets and loses the Banshee.
Oh no, he does one thing superbly well and then the next not so good, but oh my god, he saved about 4 SCV's lives there just by repairing them.
Unbelievable. The cloak has finished for oGsTOP, going to be in an awful position because this Raven is now finished. Honestly, if Naama commits every single one of those SCVs into this attack, he can easily win.
Oh, I mean, definitely, he can easily win. And he looks like he is going to be pushing out now with this Raven. He needs to bring some SCVs, though, to repair that Thor. And oGsTOP could be in a world of trouble. He doesn't have siege mode at all. A tank is out, which will help. But if SCVs do go with this Thor, it could be a lot of danger for oGsTOP.
Looks like the Banshees are now darting back into the main. There's the cloak. Naama has to pull back. He doesn't have another Raven, so he has to have this one here for the cloak. And there's that insane range on the Thor, doing a lot of damage to that Banshee. It looks like he will successfully repel this for now, but these Banshees for top are key because it keeps Naama pinned in the defense.
Yeah, and he's actually, if he'd moved out before day 9, if that Banshee hadn't have gone into the base, he could have killed oGsTOP for sure. But now he's actually keeping him within his base. He's got siege mode out. He's got tanks in correct positions. And this delayed attack from Naama, SCV, oh my god. How many SCVs are coming?
It looks like he has, I'm trying to double click, 17 SCVs now coming up into this fray. It looks like there's 2 siege tanks from oGsTOP are trying to back up and get into a good siege position. Everything is all in this attack. The Raven has enough for a couple of auto turrets. There's the Banshees that have gotten a good amount of kills and caused the remaining half of the SCVs to come, so there's not that much energy left. And here's the medevac dropping up onto the high ground. Oh no, it's taking some hits. It will not get killed off, so now the SCVs are running up onto the high ground. Everyone's workers are in the fray. There's the auto turrets going down. The tank's doing a lot of damage. One Thor is not going to fall, gets lifted back up into the medevac. There's the target fire. Naama having a huge amount of Thors.
Oh
takes
my
out
god.
everything. It looks like this all-in from Naama might work. Nothing back in the main, but 1 SCV darting in. Nothing remaining for oGsTOP. He is out of units.
Oh my god, this is it. oGsTOP is in so much trouble. The Thor and Marines, all these SCVs doing so much damage, and Top is in a world of trouble. He's moving the command center out of this way. He knows that this Banshee is doing a lot of damage. 18 kills in the base, but I don't think oGsTOP can come back from this day 9. He is moving the command center to the island, though.
Well, he does know that the lose condition is that all your buildings must be killed, so as long as he can't find my buildings, he's going to be okay. But this might end up working out a little bit better than I think we expect, because there's pretty much no way to get to the islands without a medevac out. So if he can produce Vikings to pick them off, he can still stay in this game.
Well, there's no Raven anymore. He's got Cloak, remember? And if he saves his energy, he can take down all these Marines, start building in the corners. He might not even be able to. He can't lose this Banshee, though. He's going to take down these Marines, and in theory, he could still win this.
And it looks like, no, you don't want to transfer them back yet. There are 2 Banshees in there. Naama realizes it. He does pull back. So this is an extremely odd game at this point in time. There's the land. Now, note that there is no barracks out yet. He's building a supply depot back here. We do have the Viking coming out. He is trying to sneak back to this bottom right, this orbital command, or this command center. Can't do anything yet. And oh my gosh, Naama. Oh no, why is he bringing all his units back? What is going on?
I don't know. He's losing so many SCVs, and this is really smart by oGsTOP, sending a Viking to the bottom right-hand side to help defend against this one Banshee without Cloak of Naama.
He's moving forward with his SCVs. I mean, he could have just lifted the orbital command, but instead stayed for way too long. And now that the Thors have managed to get home, he's going to begin finally mining again. If we go to the income tab, we do see that Top has not started mining yet. He's first going to try to take these islands and begin to recoup.
Yeah, he's going to put down this command center in the bottom right-hand side. He has 150 energy, so we would have put a few mules down to help his construction again. He's building SCVs in the top left-hand side. This Viking is going to be extremely useful to him, though, to take care of this Banshee is the only thing that he can do to harass. These two Thors, though, are going to sit quite happy, and he does have enough energy, save enough energy for any scans needed to take down these Banshees.
So it looks like he's making sure that he gets Ravens out to be able to detect. But I mean, Naama has to be very careful because he has done a weak job of dealing with this Banshee harassment, losing a lot more than he should. There's the cloak. He should throw down a scan. There's the double fire shot on the Thors, and he doesn't take it out.
So close. Banshee manages to survive. Both Banshees now in red health. Viking chasing down the Banshee of Naama, also being retreated back into the base. He's got to be careful, though, of the top left-hand side. There's only one SCV up there, actually. The majority of the mules are down the bottom, and he is building a barracks on the island also.
Once this barracks finishes, he can get 2 orbital commands up and running. Very, very strange response from oGsTOP. But look at this 28-kill Banshee doing some shots. Uh-oh, it is getting spotted. Are the Thors anywhere in sight? No, Naama having positioning blunders with the Thors again. There's the auto turret to get a few shots off. Oh, escapes with a little bit of health remaining.
5 HP, 30 kills, rank commander. That Banshee is a hero.
Now, the one thing to note, if just a single Thor gets on this island, it can do so much damage, but no, it's going to be a Banshee that does the final damage to all these workers. There is nowhere else to run. This one barracks is finishing, so he can get an orbital command in the top left, and there he does go, but all the mules are getting picked off. So Naama is trying to play slow and steady, recoup his economy. He can now spend on mules because he does have the Raven out.
And the Viking is on track down south. He's going to move to try and intercept this Banshee from Naama, but Naama being smart, moving it out the way. And if he just gets one dropship, as you were saying, and drops it on the top left-hand side, there's nothing that oGsTOP can do.
Yeah, and in the meantime, it looks like Top is building barracks at the bottom left area, wants to try to do some sort of big sneak attack, maybe run in with some Marauders and pick these Thors off. But in the meantime, this is great positioning by Naama in this corner. The Viking has fully retreated. So these 2 Banshees from Top need to do a lot of serious magic.
And how many actually SCVs does Naama have? 11 to 14 of oGsTOP. He has a couple more, and he is going to leave this Viking in the bottom right-hand side to wait for this. But the Banshees are coming in, though. He's going to try and get some damage. He's got to be careful not to lose it, though.
And it looks like this one Thor is loaded into the medevac. It's so much faster. And oh, 4 health remaining on the Banshee.
And there's
he's losing track of the Banshee. Trying to move into the other side. He will be pulling back, but oh, that Banshee will end up surviving. The Raven getting pulled in 2 places at once.
And
but Naama,
all these SCVs at the top left, Day9, sorry, are going to die because this Thor is going to be put down here, and this expansion is left. SCVs are hiding. I doubt they will be able to hide for too long. This Thor smells them.
Yeah, well, it looks like he smelled them, but he just decided, no, I'll let it slide this
It's because
time.
they're in the clouds or in the little shades. Can't see them.
Looks like another Banshee coming out for Naama. Has he managed to pick off any more workers down here? No, it does not appear so. It looks like that Viking did manage to get a kill on that Banshee. There's the 32-kill Banshee. And it looks like here the Marauders starting to get produced. But will the Thor see anything? No, again, it won't.
And he is going to go back up to the left-hand side. This time he might actually find the SCVs. It looks like the path he's on will intercept them. But the longer this game goes on, oGsTOP is getting more and more back into the game. And here is the Thor, sees these SCVs finally, will be dropped down and take them down.
So there, a big chunk of the income for oGsTOP has been eliminated. This bottom right is really the only running base. Top is even having trouble finding a location where he can even build supply depots. Another Banshee trying to do a little bit of damage. And Top doesn't notice and loses one of his key units.
And he has one Banshee, the 32 kills. The commander is still alive, being repaired back to full health, is going back in for more. The Banshee is coming down the right-hand side, though, Day9, but there is a Viking waiting for it. It has Cloak, though, but does he have enough energy? Because he's uses all his energy on mules. He has 50 energy, actually, on this command center. Will he scan to be able to take this out?
Oh, gosh, that's such a huge amount of income Top did not want to waste. Will he be able to pick off the Banshee? He'll definitely be able to repel it for now, but no, Naama is going to just hang out, uncloak, wait a little while, and then can go back for more kills.
And the command center on the left-hand side is going to stop mining, I guess. It has been put down here. I guess he's going to get ready for another scan. No, he decides to mine from it, so we'll put it down at the 9 o'clock position and start mining from there with these couple of SCVs he has in hand.
oGsTOP re-expanding to his old main. Very good technique. And then here comes the medevac with the Thor. Oh, no. Will he be able to take it off? Yes. and it looks like the Viking lands to try to do a couple of shots, but once he picks off that Viking, the Banshee can clean up everything. The Thor does its work. It can go home, but it wants to stay and have a little fun of its own.
He's going to have a lot of fun because he's going to clean up this island, and he's going to be extremely happy. A very happy Thor, taking down all these SCVs. The command center is going to go down also, unless he lifts it up and try to move out of position. And now it's not looking so good for top. Down to only 6 SCVs left. And now Naama's actually getting quite a lot of SCVs up. He needs to actually consider expanding. Yes, he has a command center ready to take his natural once again.
I mean, look at how broke Naama is. Has hardly anything in any of these fields. There's the medevac getting produced as well. More supply depots going down, trying to poke out with a couple of SCVs in his main. There's the Banshee going back in. And my goodness, will it be in for a surprise? There's 2 Mariners that might be able to greet it. Will it cloak in time?
Oh my god, here comes a couple of hits.
Oh! Does get the cloak off, and this is going to be the game-finishing blow for Naama. I think I've said that several times this game, but this one should actually be the correct one.
Well, it has 25 energy. More SCVs are gonna go down, and oGsTOP looks like he will lose this game and equal up this series actually.
Wow, Naama having to battle to get back in this game. Top landing 1 command center to scan and then lifting it back up again. You have done your job, little orbital command. Back to mining here, doing the double gas 2 SCV mining minerals play. A standard transition after losing your whole base multiple times.
Multiple times, over and over. But here comes the killing blow from Naama.
And there's the good
GG.
game.
1-1.
Well, Naama certainly does have a creative way of tying up a series. Wow, Top really did not want to give that game up, and a lot of credit to him for almost pulling it back through. Actually was in the SCV lead for about 4 minutes there when Naama had 6 and Top had 11, but still very calm follow through by Naama.
Extremely exciting game. I think the reason that Top played out that game for so long is he plays all the time. He lives in Korea as a professional gamer. He plays 10 hours a day. He's fine with draining as much energy as possible. Where on the other hand, Naama actually doesn't play as much as oGsTOP, obviously, living here. So he can actually sit there and be like, all right, well, I'm just going to die. Eventually, you got to take as much time as possible, draining as much energy from him. And then going into the last game could give him a slight advantage.
And it looks like our final game will be on Metalopolis. So this is going to be an essential game for both of these players. Each one just a single win away from advancing to the finals.